Leo's insights are presented to challenge, inform, and encourage you in your quest to break free from school-based approaches to education. Building upon a foundation of unschooling, we sincerely hope these insights help you to consider how education can be truly unlimited.
A friend of mine, a well-known and aging wordsmith of notable repute by the name of Ted Byfield, has repeatedly encouraged me with his understanding of history. He often repeats that we cannot possibly understand where we are without at least being somewhat aware of where we've been. He has written a great deal on this topic, which I recommend that you read. The Jewish culture and writings clearly understood the importance of history by repeatedly making reference to the past, particularly through genealogy, which was used to establish the authenticity of the narrative being presented. Indeed, every one of our lives are based on past events. That's why we also reflect on parents, grandparents, relationships, genealogies, and family trees. It is important to understand that history cannot be changed and should never be revised to suit or accommodate recent understandings. Agree or not, history is history. Those who revise history are likely to infuse the past with modern mistakes and render it useless, while others who ignore it are likely to repeat its mistakes. Moms and dads intrinsically know this. Usually, parents do everything possible to help their children avoid repeating mistakes they have made. History is an inescapable part of every parent's child training and child rearing program. The home education movement in Alberta also has its history, and it would be instructive to learn at least that part of it that is most directly associated with your place within it, or in keeping with the latest events. Something had to have happened leading to today's situation. Are you familiar with what has transpired within the past, even the recent past, respecting home education in this province? Do you know that the freedoms you enjoy today are a result of the efforts of the pioneers of the past? Do you know the history of the school or the agency through which you are registered? What about the history of the person assigned to you by the school? Do you know whether traditional home education or a clear understanding of what home education is truly part of your facilitator's history? This is especially important in these changing times as many schools and agencies have a newfound appreciation for home education. What is their story? We should make every effort to ascertain where the people and agencies we are associated with are coming from. That means we should at least have some idea of their history. Finding out whether your swimming instructor knows how to swim before taking lessons from him is probably a good idea. Asking questions is a good idea. Knowing the related past is a good idea. History is important. One should not, in fact, cannot ignore history. It helps us understand why we occupy our present position and enables us to make more informed decisions respecting our future. Personally, I've used my knowledge of what happened to predict what will occur in the future by simply connecting the dots of past events, adding a pointer at the present moment, then lining up behind the arrow and looking at what the arrow is pointing to. I can't say that I've always been faultless in my determination of what would likely happen. However, this method has led me to relative accuracy in predictions of the potential future consequences of current actions and decisions. Searching for the truth requires that we know the past. Awareness of the past allows us to understand our present predicament and gives us something upon which we can predict the future. Should we find that the past indicates that something was wrong all along, well, then it behooves us to take a closer, sober second look and to reevaluate what has come to be accepted. we may discover that something is seriously amiss. History, sometimes referred to as his story, is important. Learn from it and apply the lessons learned to your life and situation.
We trust you were blessed by today's presentation. For more helpful information to guide you in your home education journey, please visit educationunlimited.ca and leogaumont.com. Be sure to like us and share us on Facebook.